This computer. What up, everyone? Brandon, I see a little flag out there. I'm curious why.
I gotta represent my teams, I just felt like all of my teams right now are a little sucky. So I'm just repping them to maybe give them good luck. Like United, another tough loss. It hurts me, but I gotta stick with my teams. So repping them. Repping the A.
I always have Messi up here. I always have LeBron, my GOAT, but you
Who's
have
that?
comments. A GOAT. You know what that is?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
it used to be
I do.
Jordan, now it's not. That has
Okay.
to be a whole separate podcast, honestly. Like when
Honestly,
you really think
like
about it.
I don't even like that's like a 5-hour conversation minimum, I think.
We're not gonna put them through that. We'll give
No.
them like the 30-minute condensed
Yeah,
summarized version.
that's fair. Just not today, because I'm not prepared for the argument that we would get in.
Oh my gosh. Also, so much to get into in terms of sports. The draft,
I love it.
the baseball, Champions League, playoffs. But let's get into our question. And I'm currently, this is my last week of school. So I'm
congratulations again. Getting so close.
Much love. And I know, shout out Greg, shout out Danielle, shout out all of
everyone who watches the pod.
If I don't know you and you're graduating, congratulations. It's exciting. But I thought it would be a good time to kind of get a little personal with the pod.
A little worried now,
listeners.
I'm down.
So my question to you is, what is like your motivational routine? Like if you have a bunch of projects, deadlines, whatever, like what is your routine? Is there a quote that you live by to get through it all? Like what is your thought process when you have stuff to do?
Given with me just like being, full in the workforce now, it's really just like all of my stuff is really just so much based on work, but mine's not really routine. It's more or less just knowing like no matter what I do, like how I can help people once I'm done, like not in work, but even outside of work. So like if I know my friends are needing help or like just, helping people in general, just because as much as I like to help myself, like me helping others and giving others is something I truly do love to do, no matter how little or small. So it's like that kind of motivates me. Like, okay, once I get through this, I can go, out and help, even if it's friends just with small stuff, but just go out and help people. Cause like, with work deadlines stuff, it's like, okay, it's done. Yay. Like no matter what, I had to get it done. You don't have an option. Same with school. Like it doesn't matter. Like either you get it done or you fail. With work, you get it done, you're fired. So it's like, it's finding ways outside of what I, with work or school or things that even if it's your job and you like it, it's still like harder to get those deadlines and those things done. So having ways outside of them, having an avenue outside of those specific things that, can help you out, that, or just making it where I can hang, like not just even help, just like hang out or go see people, do things that you like to do outside of what those deadlines are. Because it really just, that's what probably helps me the most, because while like motivation itself is difficult, but knowing that like you can have other people around you once it's done, that's a major thing for me.
That's huge. And even like it helps you take a step out of that whatever mindset, like, oh, I'm tunnel vision, this, but be able to take a step out, whether it's like paying for someone at Starbucks behind you or like hanging out with your buddies or talking to your friend that needs a little help. All that stuff I think is super important. The thing I usually do is if I do nothing during the whole entire day, at least the minute I wake up, I make my bed. So at least I did one thing. So then it kind of just builds small tasks. Brush your teeth. That's another win. Okay, then
things that you should be doing every day, no matter what. But like it's like small victories, just when you're in a rut or like difficult doing other things for sure.
And look good, feel good. That's what I think. If you dress up, you put a little button up, you put a little dress on, you're feeling cute, whatever. You go into the day, you feel like a freaking champ. It just boosts your mood. It boosts your productivity.
I mean, you're just a good-looking guy, though, so it doesn't really matter for you.
I mean, I try. You know what I'm saying? But like, I try to look after you see you have the scruff. I get the scruff. Like I'm trying to look like you, cuz I'm trying to be like you.
But, stop it!
Best of luck, everyone taking finals, all of those, that good stuff. But let's get into the meat. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. The NFL draft. Let's start there.
Wow! Shout out to Georgia, man. 15 players, breaks the record, plus #1 overall pick. We now have 5 in the history of our school. That's the most in NFL history. Plus, we had 5 defenders go first round alone. Like that's just, I mean, last year was special for Georgia. So props to them, getting the respect they deserve and getting, the players draft. There's definitely some players that dropped and some players that were taken higher than we all expected, but
big time
overall, the draft, I watched Thursday night while I had playoffs games going and stuff. And then Friday I was kind of just keeping up while I was out and about on the town. But what are your thoughts when it comes to either your team specifically or just any like picks that you liked a lot?
Yeah. So I feel like there's like two separate stories to the draft. Like the first round, everyone was saying the Jets won. Like the Jets won the
Jets
draft.
are very good. Yeah.
They got I have it right next to me. Saucy Gardner. I don't know who else. I could scroll through, but I don't want to waste everyone's.
Sauce
Garrett Wilson,
Gardner.
wide receivers.
They got Thibodeau went to Giants, but yeah. So I mean, New York, both New York teams did very well.
Then you go to like the second round. There's a few question marks, and then this is where I'm going to pick up my team. The first pick, number 2 overall, Aiden Hutchinson gets off the board. Then a few picks later, I think we were what's number? We were number 2. We had the number 2 and the number 12 pick. We picked up Jamison Williams. That's huge from Alabama.
That was a shocker for me. I did not see him going that 12. I like both those picks. I was very happy that Hutchinson went 2 because that means that Georgia boy went first. I didn't see Williams going that high though, so I was very surprised y'all got, because y'all traded up from 32 to get him. So when y'all were trading up, I felt you guys were going for either a quarterback, but also
we took that pick from Minnesota.
Yeah. So when you guys were, because that's when the wide receiver run happened because of the Falcons. Like we picked up Drake London, and then teams were just picking. I want to say it was 4 out of the next 5 picks went wide receiver, which that's not the run I thought was going to happen first, but that was the first bit of offensive players that went because it was all defensive before Drake London went.
Yeah, Drake London. Yep, and then it went offensive
2 Ohio State players. Yeah,
2 Ohio State. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and then Jamison Williams. But I think this is great. The thing that hurts me is that means we're stuck with Jared Goff. But I mean, the quarterback storyline in this was not great, and we could talk about that with Malik Willis dropping so low. I mean, I know that Pittsburgh took
the kid from Pitt.
Kenny Pickett.
That's it. Yeah,
I was the one that did like the fake slide. I remember that. But I mean, I think he's going to work well. That was the first quarterback that went in the first round, and the only quarterback, honestly. But
no quarterback went until round 3 afterwards. Yeah, I like the receiver. I mean, that's the first receiver y'all have picked in the first round since Calvin Johnson. So that one worked out well for y'all. So hopefully this one does the same.
It's not even.
I've already started seeing like mock drafts for next season and stuff, and like they still have Lions picking high and stuff. I'm just like, I still think the Lions will have a fairly high pick as well as the Falcons, who were in the top 10 again next year as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens with. We'll see what happens with that.
Dude.
Desmond Ridder. Yeah.
What did he say?
I'm okay. He said he's not leaving until he gets a Super Bowl, so that man might retire when he's 90 as a Falcon, knowing our luck.
Not retire. He might die on the field trying.
It's true. Yeah. Who knows? But I knew they were going to draft a quarterback no matter what. They'd been talking about it. I was just happy they waited till 3rd round and didn't take him 1st or 2nd round, because that would have been, such a reach. But Drake London, he's a massive dude, 6'6". Like him and Kyle Pitts together are just super tall players. I was hoping they were going to go like less sexy of a pick and like take either an offensive line or a defensive line, but we needed receivers just as badly. That's the problem. We needed everything. So I like the pick. 2nd round, we got the last good edge rusher. So I was thank God we drafted up for that one. Yeah. And then I can't remember if we picked a 3rd player in the draft in the 2nd round, but yeah, like 3rd round picking up him. The only quarterback we had was what's his face? He used to play for Tennessee. I can't even think of his name right now.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. So we had to get a quarterback no matter what. So we'll see. If he wins out the starting job, then maybe there's a chance. But he was good in college, but he still only played for Cincinnati. So we'll see what he can do against the big. He's a tall quarterback at least. Like he can see. He can see who's down the field. He's inconsistent with his throws and accuracy. So if they can groom that where he can be more accurate, there's a chance he'll be decent. And maybe. My problem is if he like plays very well, there's no chance we draft a quarterback next year, But at the same time, I don't want to draft a quarterback next year now because then it's 2 years in a row you're drafting quarterbacks, and it's just like,
You're wasting.
why?
Yeah.
But I don't, overall, just looking at the teams that were taking picks throughout the first few rounds, like a lot of a lot of the picks fit well for each team.
Yeah.
I was very shocked that what's the Georgia player? I'm drawing a blank on all the names right now.
There's so many.
Yeah,
of the Georgia players.
One of our linebackers dropped to the third round. He was still there when the Falcons picked a different guy up, and I was just like, why do we do that? But they're going for these bigger players. So we'll see what happens. I have to have
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he has some health problems apparently and some injuries that people flagged. That's why he dropped from first round all the way to third. But hopefully, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles got 2 Georgia Bulldogs on defense now. Same for Green Bay Packers. So teams I don't like are trying to make me like them by drafting Georgia players, and it hurts me.
Well, you bring up the Green Bay Packers. When you're looking at I think I saw a picture today of, I think it was like one of these draft expert, Mel Kiper, the other guy, whatever. They gave grades, and there were so many A pluses. Going to your point of the teams drafted to the fit of what the team needed.
Yeah,
and I think that's smart. Like that's what it should be, especially in a draft where there isn't a number 1 quarterback. Like the top 2 picks were,
I mean, there wasn't even the first 7 picks were all defensive players, and there was no there was a talk of which defensive players going to number 1, but there wasn't this is the set number 1 pick, which is also, which I kind of like though.
It was nice.
I like having,
it was nice.
It was nice having, could this be? Who could do it? Just because you never know at that point.
But I think this was the surprise, the steal pick that I just think I love the fit. I love the fit completely. So the first night, AJ Brown from Tennessee Titans gets traded to the Eagles.
Which basically the Eagles just drafted. They basically just drafted. It was Brown. What, 4 years or 5 years, 100 mil, something like that.
Something like that. It was a good money. Yeah. I don't think Tennessee was going to pay him, and he had to.
They were not. They were not. They were going to pay him 16 a year or something. So he got way more.
So you definitely lost a piece, and I think that's important. But you also drafted in the third round Malik Willis that kind of dropped to you, and everyone was saying that if there was a quarterback to pick, this is the guy because he has the most wow, wow, and there's something about him and Derrick Henry that I'm kind of enjoying. I think this might be good because you could do the run pass option. You have Julio Jones still kind of. I don't know if
no, he's long gone. He's gone. They cut him. He's cut.
They cut.
They drafted a receiver. I'm pretty sure
they did draft. I forget what pick though.
Yeah, I can't remember. So I
don't know who.
They drafted. So pretty much their offense besides Henry is going pretty young when it comes to receivers and stuff because they got rid of their 2 big receivers over this past year.
I'm
excited for
and they got some cornerbacks. But needless to say, Derrick Henry, they picked up a lot of offensive tackles. They picked up a lot of offensive linemen. So that is just going to add to it. And I think that will help Malik Willis get accustomed to the NFL as well as groom these wide receivers. And honestly, I think why the wide receivers are so young is because of Tyreek Hill going to Miami. All of these guys resetting the market over and over.
Because also, what was it? The Ravens traded away Hollywood Brown. Yeah, over to Cardinals, right?
Cardinals.
Yeah,
which is huge now.
But they took a nice leap, and then they took a hit today with D-Hop getting a 6-game suspension for performance-enhancing drugs, which I think it takes a little knock on him, just because it's you were very talented, everyone knows that, but now you also are talented, but you got caught. Yeah. Is it because of this or not? So we'll see. We'll see what Kyler Murray does.
The thing that went through my mind was why did Houston leave? Why did he leave Houston? Houston didn't want him. Well, how long was he doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He just got caught for last year, but we'll see what happens when he's with the first 6 games while he's suspended. I'm a little worried for them just because Kyler Murray's putting so much drama. But, and now there's all these unrestricted free agent signings for people who weren't drafted, as well as a couple big name players who haven't been drafted or signed yet. And then one was today that Tyrann Mathieu signed back with his hometown Saints for $33 million 3 years, which They needed a safety. They didn't get one in the draft, so that's a big sign for them. They're bringing him home. He's going to love to play down there. I hate that they're in my division, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks with, other big name players still able to be signed and whatnot,
Baker Mayfield,
which will be interesting to watch.
Big name player.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
We'll see. A lot to get into, but I think I want to know what your guys' favorite picks were from the draft. So
favorite picks, especially for y'all's teams that you want,
give us the team, give us the pick, and then we'll tell you why the Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl next 5 years. But in other news, there's baseball, baby. There's baseball
and Acuna is back. I'm so happy.
Give it to me, Brandon.
Acuna is back. The Braves right now are not a good team. I won't lie. We're not very good. But Acuna coming back is just such a dynamic player as a whole for all of baseball. He's fun to watch. He's starting off a little slow, but that's okay. I'm not too worried. I'm a little worried because the Braves as a whole are bad. But right now we're beating the Mets, who are first and one of the hottest teams. So, really right now, my biggest shocks is just the Yankees and Toronto are both doing quite well, which was kind of expected. The Cleveland Guardians are higher than I anticipated, but Minnesota Twins are leading that division. That one's kind of like anyone's division, I feel like right now. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Angels, who are always a great team until the playoffs because they don't make it or they lose first round. But Mike Trout's doing Mike Trout things. Shohei Ohtani's, just a stud as well.
Typical.
And then you go to the National Division with the Mets. The Mets are very good right now, and it's not what I like to see. But if the Braves have a 4-game series right now, them if they can take two of the 4, I'll be happy with it. If they can somehow take 3, I will be ecstatic. So, and then Milwaukee leading their division right now, and then of course you got over in the West, since San Diego and LA right neck and neck with San Francisco right behind them, kind of expected over on that side. But I'm just happy that, not just Acuna's back, but that baseball is heating up more and more. Like we've played, we're in May now. Like we've played just under a month of baseball at this point.
And what is that? Like about 24, 25 games?
Yeah, 20 to 25 games, depending on off days and stuff.
Okay.
But the other big thing with baseball was that Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers got suspended for 2 years for a combination of things of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse and stuff. So he's appealing it, but I think he's done. Like he was suspended left and right, or suspensions being pushed back, and that I think it's just done. His time is done, which the Dodgers don't need him anyway. But they're the Dodgers; they have everything they need. So.
And I was actually talking to a Dodger friend of mine, Sammy, and her brother Luke, and they were like,
I'm sorry for them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that they have to.
He's gone. So they're over it, and
he hasn't played in over
go
a year,
for it, but
you're done,
dude. 3, this isn't Deshaun. This is like a Deshaun Watson situation.
Just a little less.
50 people saying that you're doing stuff, and a little less, but kind of all the same.
Just as bad, just
sexual, and child. Holy crap!
It's not good.
These people?
Especially if they're all become true, 100%. That's just not a good look for him. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping he's done just because I'm, tired of hearing all about it and I don't really care for it. So
big time.
But what I do care about is the fact that Man City, all right, we're switching it up. I can't talk baseball more than that just because I'm stressed watching the Braves game over on a TV. But Champions League, Man City, I could have had $10 right now in the bag. Man City could have finished Real Madrid off in the first half. They could have been up 6-1 at that point. But the game ends 4-3. One of the best games I've seen in a long time from both teams. Real Madrid coming back, but Man City, just keeping their goals up there. So I'm very excited. I know you're a little stressed. They're going back to Spain at least.
Yeah.
But
that's gonna be huge.
I can't wait to watch that game on Wednesday because it's gonna be massive. And I'm praying that I can get $10. I don't want to see another collapse.
This is my thing. I'm just gonna say Karim Benzema is gonna have a header. He's gonna have an 80 to 90th minute goal, header cross, just not getting it in to win the game.
I'm so glad there's no aggregate because right now 4-3 in aggregate that still hurts because of away goals. So luckily with no aggregate, it's anyone's game.
It
And
is.
then the other side, Liverpool wins 2 over Real. Kind of expected. We both,
Yeah.
That one, is what it is. But next
week
we'll know who's
I think
in
the games are tomorrow.
Tomorrow
and Wednesday. So
yeah,
we should.
So we'll see who's in the finals, and we'll make a little another $10 bet. Maybe, unless
when I'm up 10, I might be a little conservative because I'm like, I just got up here. I just won 30.
The problem is if whoever loses the Man City Real Madrid bet side of it is going to have to root against Liverpool or have to pull for Liverpool. That's the only way to do it. So we'll see what happens.
So frustrating, but let's get into the meat.
But to the playoffs, I was going to say to playoffs.
Literally just in Miami beats Philadelphia 108 to 92.
Let's start right there because that series went from possibly 7 games to, I think, a little shorter depending on if
maybe
Joel Embiid can't come back. He's supposed to be able to come back for maybe game 3 or 4, but right now he has a broken face. Let's just say what it is. The man has a broken face. I hate to see him go down with injury, but at the same time, I don't like him that much. So
yeah,
I'm glad he's okay. But I hate this because I don't want either of these teams to win the series. I don't like either of the teams. I don't like Miami, especially with how they did the Hawks. I don't like Philadelphia in any sport. I just don't. But do you think Harden can backpack the 76ers?
So I think it's a very easy answer to say it now that they already lost. That no, he can't. But he can't. He just can't. And that's nothing to do with today. But he hasn't proven that he could get above 22 points within his
I'm looking
best
up right
game
now
against Toronto was 22 points, and everyone was like, "He's back, baby." But that's not the Houston James Harden that was is being required of him.
How many points do you think he got tonight?
I would say maybe 16.
Okay. Let's see if you're right. God, take 16. He got
there's no way.
16. He got 16. I'm done. I'm done. Well played, sir. Well played.
What was it? What was his full stat line?
Not good enough to be what he was cost. He went 2 for 7 from 3-point, 5 for 13 from field, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 fouls, 16 points. Tobias Harris is the one who's going to try to backpack the team. 27 points. I mean, it's tried.
He's going to try.
I said
he's going to try, but it's not hard.
I said even in Toronto, Harden has to drop 25 minimum for them to be able to have a chance. And if he had dropped 25, they'd been much closer.
And I'm going to say this right now because Steve, I heard it from Stephen A. I'm not going to pretend I'm calling this, but when he said it, I was like, I completely agree. Embiid will come back and get you 1.
Yeah.
If he comes back game 3 or 4, he will get you 1. But this series is not going above 5 games. And that's it.
The only way it goes above 5 games is if he comes back game 3. Then it might go 6.
But then but they're going to have to win even then.
If he comes back game 3, they can win both at home. But that's about it. If they don't win game 2, it's over. If they win game 2, it gets real spicy.
I don't see him when Brooklyn came into town after all of that drama. Philly lost. Yeah. So now all this.
I think it all depends on how much Embiid can play. If he can play enough to if he's on a minute restriction, they're screwed.
Well, they were saying that they wouldn't be surprised that he came out if he comes out game 2. And the reason is because of the concussion protocol he cleared. So he might throw on the mask and say, put me out there. And he's able to do that.
Yeah.
Now, my question is how, it's an orbital thing. So it's that perception. That's huge.
If you were Doc Rivers right now, do you let him play game 2 if he's cleared and hope that they can win that game? Or do you accept that you've probably lost game 2 and you wait to play game 3 where he's had more time to rest?
You play him game 2. Well, Doc Rivers already proved that if they have their starters, he's putting his starters. That's how Embiid got into this. But not only that, if they don't win game 2, this series might be over as a sweep, not even a gentleman's sweep. I don't see them winning at home. Miami's that good without Kyle Lowry. And I know you don't want me to hear this or me say this, but literally right before the pod, you say, "Wow, Heat play with like mean bully ball," and that's
They
what
are
this team
dirty.
can't
They
do.
are dirty.
Embiid's gonna try and push people over, but when Embiid's not in there, people pushing over Harden,
Yeah.
he's not gonna respond well. That's why he got 16. Tobias Harris, he's a little bigger.
How
No one
long?
can guard
How
him that
long?
well.
How long till Embiid wants out? I mean, Harden wants out.
Maybe next week. Like that's his track record at this point. And honestly, if
You're not
he
wrong.
there's two, if he doesn't at least average 20 in this series, people are going to call for his head, or people are going to call for Doc Rivers' head. And if they go for
Doc Rivers
head,
done.
I'm going to be
Doc Rivers done. Doc Rivers done. I'm sorry. He needs to. In my
I'm going to say this:
opinion,
if they fire Doc Rivers, Embiid's leaving. I'm calling that.
I believe that too, but I'm sorry if Doc Rivers' team can't win this without their like. If he can't win it with Harden, who's supposed to be one of the best scorers ever, it's just like it's a bad look on him. Like it's such a bad look on him. And the fact
It's
that
a bad look on Harden though, because he's not.
Oh no, 100%.
How is Doc Rivers supposed to do anything?
But
about that?
if they get swept like you think they might, Harden's going to want out. You have to fire someone if you get swept. Let's just be real. You have to, because you're in Philadelphia.
So, though. Because of all the situations, they get Harden, and it's Harden's a problem. It's not Embiid.
Think about how they went out last round. Also, you went out in Game 7 against Atlanta, who did not do good at all this year, and then you get swept round 2. Given it's against the 1 seed, but you make this massive move, and you're supposed to be like it's like the Nets. You're supposed to be a super team at this point, and then you get screwed.
What happens when the super team has one guy like Ben Simmons that's not playing? What happens when this super team?
No, I completely agree.
I would say the number 2 guy on that team is Tyrese Maxey. I would not say James Harden. So then James Harden's your third piece that's not playing.
Is that the problem? Is just they're in Philadelphia. If this was like in Memphis, everything's fine. But because they're in Philadelphia, one of the hardest places to play off from a fan base, they're going to call for his head. They're going to want Harden. They're going to want Harden and Doc's head. Because they're going to want both their heads.
If they call both of their heads, Embiid's leaving.
Oh,
the only way no matter what stays is if Doc stays, because Doc and him are buddies like that. You have Tyrese Maxey. You don't need Harden.
If they fire Doc, Embiid gets his pick on head coach. That's the only other way to keep him. Like he gets his pick.
Like who is he going to pick?
I mean,
like a Mark Jackson, like a.
He'll call for Shaquille O'Neal.
That got a little heated. I can't wait for this next one. I can't wait. Let's save the spiciest for later.
You want to stay in the East? You want to stay in the East?
Yeah, let's stay in the East. Let's stay in the East. The Bucks and Celtics.
I'm going to say this now. I'm sorry, Bucks in 5. The way they're looking right now, unstoppable without Middleton. And when Middleton comes back, which could be not in this series, so even without him, they blew Boston out.
It was bully ball.
It was. And wasn't Boston at home?
Yep. Because they're the number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 2. I'm sorry. I thought this was going to go 7 just as much as I thought their previous series did. And I'd rather be wrong and it goes 7 than be wrong and it only go 4 or 5. I think Milwaukee is going to gentleman sweep them out of town.
I completely agree. I don't see much difference. I think Giannis,
he's just too good right now.
He's the best player in the world. Like, could we both agree?
100%.
And
I will have a flag of him. You can put a picture of him up.
I put a Greek flag hanging. He's insane. Now I get it. He doesn't shoot the ball well.
Doesn't need to.
He plays the heck out of defense. He could defend 1 through 5. He could literally dominate the game from the paint. He could facilitate.
Just imagine if he shot the ball well.
Shooters and he's shotting the ball well. That's the problem. Is he's gotten incrementally better each year.
This was the first game, and I think 3 games he's had to play the fourth quarter.
That's scary.
I'm sorry, the Bucks, they're just too good right now.
Did you see that clip of Jason Tatum guarding him, and Jason Tatum is flying, falling down? You can't push Giannis over. I really this is the only question mark I have.
Okay. If
the Bucks win game 2, I think it's over. I think it's over.
I agree.
4 or 5, like you're saying.
I think Tatum. I don't, but Tatum can take over a game. He can win you 1. It's the same with Embiid. He can win you 1.
Like this is my thing, and I'm willing
The
to
Bucks are just
say
so
it
good.
straight up. If the Celtics game 2 is the game to get the 1. If they don't get it, it's a sweep. It's done in 4.
That's fair.
If they get it, it's done in 5. Like that's what this story is, because you're gonna piss off Giannis, and Giannis has come back, and he didn't shoot like what was it, 9 for 25 or something like this?
Something like that.
Like,
Yeah.
He missed a lot. He had like 20 some points. Can you imagine if he had his normal 30, 40?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go back and find the exact. Also,
He
the
did
Braves
not have
just
a good game.
the
at
Braves
all.
went up more over the Mets. I'm very happy to see that. A little excited over here now. Yeah, like it was 101 to 89, but like it was dominant. I mean, he got a triple double also. Like
He got a
Giannis
triple
went
double,
off.
but like you all looked and said like he could do more.
Yeah, because I mean he went off for it was 13 rebounds, 12 assists, 24 points. That's I mean he
24
didn't even have the most.
points.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean Holiday hit 25, and this thing, if they can somehow do this without Middleton, which they're gonna have to do because he's not playing until like he's most likely out all of round 2.
yeah.
They do this without Middleton. He comes back for the Eastern Conference Finals. Good night, whoever comes from this. I'm going to say this now, and I will stick with it. The Bucks are going to the finals again. The Bucks are coming out of the East.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree. Well,
Bucks are coming out of the East. No, you can disagree, but I'm sticking to this fully.
This is the only way that the Bucks don't like maybe have a competition is if Embiid somehow comes back early and wins that, because I think Embiid and Giannis is a good matchup.
It's a good matchup. Bucks still win it.
Yeah, I mean, if
Middleton comes back, and so does Embiid, if they're both fully healthy, I'm sorry, having Middleton back is just too much for them to deal with. Like if Middleton's still out, it would be a great series.
Do you think Giannis has now taken over the East like LeBron?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
like year in year out, we should just be expecting Giannis
the
to
Bucks,
somehow, some way make
the Bucks should be at least Eastern Finals. There's still so many other big name players in the East. Like you still have the Nets, who this year they collapsed, but the Nets are still like you still have Durant, who could challenge that, and you have Miami, who's trying to make runs and stuff. Like you have all the other teams that have players, but I think no matter what, the Bucks go to the Eastern Conference Final at least the next, I'll say 3 or 4 years.
And I don't disagree, because when you see how they played first round, who did they have first round? Bucks,
Bulls,
and like the Bulls were decimated. We get that. And like, if Giannis sweeps the Celtics, and then he sweeps, because I think Miami's not a good matchup. I think Giannis is just gonna like dominate even more if they face it. I don't think Bam can do it.
I think they'll win one game at home in Miami, so it might go 5 or 6 just because Miami's going to win 1 or 2 at home.
You're real generous, buddy.
Well, I mean I watched them play bully ball so much at home. Like it's just the way they play like dirty bully ball in my opinion.
But the Bucks make you play the way they want you to. That's what happened in game 1 against the Celtics. So I'm curious to see, and they're more mature. They have the experience. Honestly, the minute they got the monkey off the back for Giannis, this team, like you said, in the finals, in the Eastern Conference Finals every year for at least the foreseeable future.
I agree. Yeah.
Let's switch gears.
I like when we agree, though. I like that every now and then.
Yeah. I mean,
every now and then. Not too much.
We're going to start to disagree. Dallas, Phoenix. Let's go there. I want to save this
game one's about to start. Yeah. Well, game 1's about to start.
In what, like 10 minutes, something like this?
Yeah, 5 minutes or so.
I'm excited.
But I'm also nervous because I don't want Dallas to win this purely because then you have once again the whole Trey Luka debate, and if Trey makes it past the Western Finals, he'll become further than what Trae Young was, and this is a whole he said who's better thing again, and I'm tired of it. They both are on the teams they need to be on.
Oh yeah,
Trey
belongs where they need to be. And I think I don't look at it that way because like the East is now what the West used to be, so I don't view it that way. But what I'm excited for is Devin Booker coming back.
Yeah.
What is his status? Does he get hurt again? Also, I think Chris Paul and Devin Booker make up a Luka. And maybe I'm a little high on Luka, but I think he can
think-
match him pound for pound. The only issue is they have 3 to 4 guys that could guard Luca, but like so did the Clippers. You know what I mean? So did the Clippers.
I think you're very high on Luke. Not that you're off. I think you're a little higher than you should be. But Luca and Brunson with Chris Paul and Booker is a very good tandem on both teams. Who do you think wins the series? Let's just go right to it.
See, I keep going back and forth. And I don't want to be that guy that waits to see for game 1 and then make a pick. So I'm going to say this. I see Phoenix winning in 6.
Why do you have to take my pick?
But if I want to
go either way,
I could say Dallas in 6. Like, I don't know.
You could.
Like this.
Yeah.
If you were to say put money on this, I wouldn't, because like I don't know. Because like we were saying, New Orleans Pelicans could beat this Phoenix team. So like, what does that mean with like Luka?
My thing is this: it all depends how Chris Paul plays. Let's just be real. If Chris Paul has a horrendous night, it's not going to look good for him.
I don't think it's on Chris Paul. I don't think it's on Chris Paul at all. I think it's on Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, the people actually guarding Luka. That's who I think it's on.
I mean, yes, 100% it's on guarding Luka, but it showed when the Suns played New Orleans. When Chris Paul has horrendous nights, it's just bad on the offense as a whole because he's not able to distribute the ball. That's the biggest thing. Like when he was off in those 2 games against New Orleans, he was off badly. Like turnovers bad. Like, and given that they New Orleans has what's that one guy Jose Alvarado who played.
Oh
no, Alvarado he just gets under your skin the way he defends off the baseline stuff, and he was under Chris Paul's skin. I still think that Phoenix is going to win this 6 as well. I thought that before you even said your answer. I'm just worried. I'm worried about. I don't even like. How do I put this? I'm worried that not the main stars on both teams. It's the surrounding pieces. I'm worried about how some of them are going to play. That's my biggest thing. I think that Luke is going to do Luka things. Kind of both. Like Luke is going to do his thing. Devin Booker's going to do his thing. And then it goes, does Chris Paul or does Brunson have, like, which one of them has the better series? Because at that point, because Luke and Devin Booker are one-on-one for their teams, but it's the 2 people that if one of the twos is off, the people below them, those are going to be as big.
Yeah.
Like if Chris Paul has an off night, can Mikal Bridges, can his other, pieces around him step up? It's the same for Brunson because
I just don't see anyone from Dallas stopping DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, that's fair. That or Crowder. They're both big boys.
See, like again, Jay Crowder, Devin Booker, Chris Paul could, but probably won't. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Cam Payne. All these guys are going to be thrown on Luka. 5 guys we just named. But
also, when you have Crowder shooting threes right now.
Are they playing?
Yeah. He just
19. Okay, so I'm glad I said Phoenix in 6. So
it's 3 minutes of the game, and you're so happy already.
I'm like thinking we didn't put money on before the game.
Oh, you make me laugh.
But
no, I think that's fair. Unless injury happens, then it changes things. But with how it stands right now, I agree. Phoenix in 6.
Everyone healthy, everyone's sitting alone. Let's go through the team that Dallas beat to get here, because I think this is kind of juicy. There's a little rumors percolating.
Yeah,
but
rumors are not rumors. It depends who you ask.
It depends who you ask. You asked Rudy Gobert yesterday, one thing. You ask him today, different thing. So I don't know. How do you want to do this? What do you think should happen to Utah? Like, does this thing need to blow up? It could be real quick. Like, yes, because that's what I think.
I think it needs to blow up, but I think Rudy Gobert is the one that's gone. Mainly because of the drama he had when COVID first started. And now if this rumor is currently true, that's the second time in the locker room he's caused massive problems with Donovan Mitchell. And I honestly think they can get more for him than Mitchell.
I disagree.
That's fair.
Because I think Donovan Mitchell's fed up with the Jets.
Oh, I 100% agree that he's fed up.
I think he wants to go to New York. I think he's going to go be a Knick. That's what I think.
The
only thing that changes it is if KD somehow convinces this dude to go to the Nets, which I'll be pissed.
I think they both won out. That's the problem. They both won out, but only one's going to get out. And if you look at it, just like there's more teams that need a big right now, in my opinion. Like exclude the Knicks because the Knicks need everything. Let's just be real. They need everything. But I feel like you could get more right now for Gobert. And we'll see.
And if Gobert leaves, he's going to the East, I think, because he's going to have to play against.
But he also did say that there's Western Conference contenders that would want him. That's the other thing that makes it interesting. It's like, how spicy is he trying to get this?
But like who?
I'm intrigued.
Phoenix has DA. Like Golden State doesn't need him, and Memphis maybe, but like not really.
Dallas, no.
Maybe Dallas, but like also no. Because he's getting exposed. That's the issue. He can't play.
Could he go to the Clippers? We'll talk about that at a later time. We'll think this one over.
We're just gonna let that sit. That's where we should let it sit.
We'll let it simmer. We'll see if anyone who watches basketball as well wants to comment about their opinions, or if they're like, you guys are completely wrong. Go for it.
Like who should leave? Gobert.
Yeah.
And
who do you all think should leave? And if one leaves, where should they go? I'm interested in what our viewers think. Okay. On to this little.
This is where it gets spicy. This is
Here comes what I think is going to be the 7-game series.
Let's not jinx it, but yes.
I hope.
It, but yes.
I hope it is. I know who you want to win, and I'd be happy to see them win, but also I would love to see Ja beat them.
I'm just pulling up something real quick.
Oh God.
So our final 4 picks. I'm having a little situation like you did last series, that first round. This is my finals pick, final 4 pick. I had this as my Western Conference.
Who do I
literally only have the Suns in the Bulls, or Suns in the Bucks.
So I need the Suns to win this series. Okay.
Yeah. I just need Golden State or Memphis to win the series and then beat Phoenix.
Oh yeah, because I had Utah.
We have to redo this because like how are we supposed to know that?
Why did I don't remember why I even picked that team, but yeah, let's redo this. I mean, we kind of already. You want to redo it right now? Or let's talk about the series first. Actually, let's talk about
the series.
Golden State, Memphis.
Insane, because I think if you look at the way Memphis plays and the way that Golden State plays, they're very much so like opposites. They play small ball. They have a big in the middle, Jared Jackson. Now he's playing like a little smaller or a bigger position because I think they have not Valanciunas or they picked up Steven Adams. They have Steven Adams. They traded.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting.
Who doesn't score anything?
Doesn't score anything, but like
he literally just sits there.
It rebounds is big.
Yeah.
So like they're not playing that big man ball, and I think what this series is going to come down to is Memphis dominates in the paint. Just plain and simple. So like 3 is more than 2. And I think that's what this series is going to come down to.
I think that's that, but also I think Jordan Poole has to stay hot. If Jordan Poole starts to cool off, it's going to start becoming a problem, I think, for Golden State. Like if all 3 let's just call it now what it is. All 3 Splash Brothers right now. If all 3 can stay hot, then they're good. But if Poole starts to cool off, it's going to get a little tricky.
I don't think because like when Poole's cooled off, Clay has played well, and when Clay and Poole have been off step, so like they all just rotate.
But that was against Memphis. You need all 3, I think. At least a little more consistent. 2 or 3 for sure to make it close games. All 3 and you clinch games.
Because I'll say this: Golden State should have lost last game.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
They should have lost. Clay misses those shots. Steph Curry misses those 2 open threes. They should not have won that game.
Yeah. Do you think Draymond getting ejected is going to become a bigger deal than just the 1 game, or do you think that after this is going to be because he said he's not going to change his play style? He's going to play how he plays. Do you think this is going to become some big ordeal between him and people on Memphis?
I think so, but I don't think it's because like they're actually that pissed. I think it's because you could get under Draymond's skin.
That's fair.
So like Draymond has to walk a fine line. Like he just needs to do his job and stop with this antics.
Yes.
You get ejected, you're doing this final lap victory tour. At the end of the game, you're dapping everyone up from the bench.
I was
from the
dying.
Like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
dude, I mean, it's just Golden State things, but I agree that he's gonna get under people's skin. It's gonna be interesting.
He
to see
also
how it
tried to
reacts.
catch him. Like, I don't think it was a full ejection. I think it was a flagrant one, maybe. Like
He did try to catch him, but also it's just the way Draymond goes about things was the thing. Like the way he went, like with the jersey tug and stuff. It's just like you're asking for it. Like you're
you're
like
begging to get ejected.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Yes, I'm gonna
And
do
the
it.
league has to set a standard because
Yeah.
I haven't seen a takedown like that. So like, make it nice and clear. But Draymond, play smart.
If he doesn't pull the jersey, it's a flagrant one. But with the way he pulled the jersey, that's what made it a flagrant two, in my opinion. The way he kind of like pulled him.
That's fair.
But no. So time for the pick of picks.
The pick of picks.
What you got?
Okay. So I think where this really gets down to is we both have Phoenix winning that series.
Yeah.
But like Golden State or Memphis, and I have Golden State. I'm gonna stick with
How many games?
6.
Oh.
Because they already stole one in Memphis. They just have to
got
win
lucky.
at home.
They got lucky though.
But I mean, like it's a lot. I said they should have lost, but they still won one. They stole one from Memphis. So even if they split, they could win at home and they go in 3-1 to game 5. Or I think they're gonna split both series, like home and Golden State. They're gonna split. So it's gonna be 2-2. It's gonna go 6 games. I just see Golden State. I see Golden State winning 2 of 3. I don't see Memphis winning 2 of 3. It doesn't matter what you want. It's just you have to go Memphis at this point.
I want Memphis. I just don't know. I think Memphis is 7. I think home court is going to get them the dub in the end.
Is that honest what you think? Because it could be very similar. We have our finals could be similar. What's your finals pick? I think is a more spicy pick. Because we both have the Bucks coming out of the East. Do you see out of those 3 teams in the West, Phoenix, Arizona, Golden State, Memphis, who's going to the finals? I think that's the better pick than this Final Four thing.
I'm gonna go Memphis. I think Memphis.
I think
Memphis pulls
all the way.
If Memphis can get out of Golden State, I think they're gonna be riding such a high hype train that they're gonna not run the Suns. But I think Josh is gonna be like, all right, this is my time to prove that why I am what I am.
Like he wants all the smoke, like he's been
saying.
Okay, I have Golden State. So
I mean, I figured that
I think
much I could have told you. But
I will say this: the winner of this series wins it all. I don't think Chris Paul
of the West.
Of the West.
Oh, okay. You think Bucks win the whole thing though?
Not if Golden State gets there. Not if Golden State gets there.
Ooh.
I will say this. If Golden State gets to the finals, I think Golden State is the only team that can beat the Bucks. Because you could force them to shoot threes and they will make them. Their playing styles are so opposite. The only thing I don't see is who's going to stop Giannis. But 2 is more than.
Let's make these spice. Let's end this. Let's end basketball real fast. I will say mine. You say what you think. Bucks and 6 over Golden State if it's Golden State. Bucks and 5 if it's over Memphis.
I agree with you. Bucks and 5 if it's against Memphis. I think it's also Bucks and 5 if they play Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah, agree.
I think it's Golden State and 7.
I like it. I like that. I would like that for basketball. I thought you were about to say Golden State and 5, and I was gonna be like, goodbye.
And honestly, I'm not even gonna put money on it. I will buy you a Steph jersey if Golden State wins it all. But you have to buy me a Giannis jersey if the Bucks win it all.
If it's against Golden State.
If it's against Golden State. If it's not, then
if Bucks win in 6, I'll buy you one. If they win in 5 or 7, though, it's off. It has to be what we bet. It has to be the exact games.
Wait, so
make it more spicy.
Because I have 7. I have Golden State in 7. So
no, I'm saying if Golden State wins, if Golden State wins in 6 or 7, I'll give it to you. No, you give me the jersey.
But I just think if the Golden State wins, you buy me
Okay,
a
fine.
jersey.
We'll do that. Yeah.
I'll buy
Okay.
you-
We'll just
You buy me the jersey for Steph, or how do we? We'll figure out details. Jerry,
we'll figure out details.
Jimmy,
If Golden State wins, you get a jersey. If Milwaukee wins, I get a jersey.
yeah, that we're gonna put a jersey on this game. This is the big
Oh,
one.
I can't wait for a jersey.
And
Now.
it's not a
I'm
fake
excited.
one. It's not a fake one. It
I was
has
gonna
to
say
be
I
real.
will know. I will know if you buy me a $20 jersey. If you buy me a jersey from China, we will talk later. I will be upset.
It wouldn't be from
I'll
China,
take
it
you
would
to
be
my-
from Jordan, like those little like black T-shirts with like Milwaukee.
It's gonna say Giannis wrong on the back.
They're
gonna say
spell it with a
honest.
Y.
It's gonna say honest. Just no G. Just take the G out. Forgot the G. Just
Number 32
Oh.
or something. Just like
well,
that's how we should end it. That's how we should end it.
as we go through the wonderful playoffs next week, we're going to try to not spice it up, just add hockey because their playoffs have started. NHL, we have talked none about hockey, but neither of us are prepared for this week, so
Yeah.
we're going to do a little research over this upcoming week and discuss hockey. So if any of y'all are big hockey fans and you already have your teams that you think are going to win it, let us know. I might bandwagon one of y'all. I might not. If it's Boston, I'll tell you now I will not bandwagon you. So comment, hate me if you want. I'm just gonna tell you that I will not bandwagon.
I'm just saying the Caps and Detroit Red Wings were pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it there. So I'm not gonna need a bandwagon. You got to prove it to me otherwise that Alex Ovechkin isn't the GOAT of hockey.
I mean, I can't even dispute that one. I'll give
You
you
don't
that
even
one.
know.
I know
Just
who Ovechkin is. We used to have a hockey team down here, and then we lost them to Canada.
It's okay.
It's okay. It is what it is. No.
Man, this was a good one. And let us
It
know,
was.
comment, put your thoughts on NBA playoffs, draft, all that stuff. Tell a friend and
Anything. If there's anything else you guys want us to talk about, let us know. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. You could access it.
Links
to the
are on
YouTube
everything.
Banner. You click
Yep.
and go boop. You're there. So real easy for you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Until next week, where we might get a little more heated.
Oh yeah, I'm sweating already, buddy. Bye.